Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Jenny's Real Talk on the Block with Jennifer DeVoe, only on LA Talk Radio.
What's up, bitches? It's Jennifer DeVoe. Jenny's Real Talk on the Block. LA Talk Radio Channel 1, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker, SoundCloud, Sonos, and a bunch of other shit. I can't remember because I sign up for fucking everything. It is another Wednesday afternoon, 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Like always, we love to be on time, you know, because I'm anal about that. What's up? It's my co-host James Muse, JJ.
Hey baby, how you doing?
What's up? Also the husband, AKA. They always like when I say AKA the husband. Everybody laughs about that one. So what's up? The husband. Yes. We're in the house today with heavy metal band Society1.
Yes. Yeah.
We love it. We've got Matt Zane, awesome lead singer in the house.
Yeah.
Are you introducing us? This is when we start talking, or I'm just?
You can anytime.
Okay, I'm letting you do your thing
anytime.
first.
I'm just letting people,
Yeah.
know
I'm
who
Matt
the
Zane.
fuck is here. Yeah, this is him. Maxwell Carlisle is in the house too.
Hey,
He's
how's
the,
it going?
The guitarist.
Maxwell Millions, Carlisle.
Okay.
So Maxwell Millions.
Millions.
Yeah.
Maxwell
Still
someday
waiting for the check.
Maxwell someday he'll make millions. Right?
No, it's because his playing is worth $1 million.
There we go.
Nice. Okay, we like it. We like it. So we're in the house with Society1 today. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have fun like we always do. We're going to play some rockin' music from them. We got some songs we're going to, rape your ears with. I'm just kidding. No. I'm just kidding. It's just believe. You're going to like this music. These guys play hardcore.
We like hardcore.
I saw them at the Viper Room. They fucking wailed. I was like, these guys.
You sure it was us?
Yes, it was. it was you.
That was a good show.
I was like, these guys got to be on the show.
Right.
I was like, yes. So I'm glad I reached out to you guys now. Found them on Facebook. They were having an event, and I was like, oh, well, I gotta go check these dudes out.
That's what we do. We have events.
Yes.
Often.
And I started talking with Maximilian.
Millions.
Oh, is that how we got here? Is through Max? Max is all over the place.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Max is on top of that shit.
Yeah.
He was like back and forth with the email, sent me everything. He was prompt too. Like he was on it.
Yeah, he told me where to show up, so congratulations, Max. Where'd you go? You got me here.
Well, we got half the band.
We got half the band.
Yeah.
So we are missing
D.V. Karloff and Jordan Mitev. Thunderfoot.
That's awesome. Like how you say Jordan.
Yeah, he's
Jordan.
Yeah, he's from Israel, so that's a
we like that.
That's an authentic Israeli name.
We like our Israeli brethren.
Yes, we do.
Yes, my son's father is part Israeli, so yeah.
Maybe they know each other.
His last name's Amilov.
It's a pretty small country.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is that kind of actually, but maybe not. And what do they play in the band for?
Well, Max Millions Carlisle, as I said over here, he plays guitar. He's our newest member. He's our guitar player. But he's kind of famous. He plays in another big '80s band called Hellion, right?
Hellion.
Hellion.
Right.
I always get it wrong.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
And you've done clinics with Michelangelo.
Yeah,
And
wow.
yeah. So, and I've known Max for quite some time. We actually met through another famous person, which I don't know. She doesn't need any more plugs. But anyways.
Yeah, she's
Just
pretty
say
famous.
it.
Yeah.
Just say it.
No,
Just say it.
no,
You
she
wanna say
doesn't need any more plugs than she's already got.
Right.
Yeah, and then we've got D.V. Karloff, who plays bass. He's been in the band, he's been in the band since, I think, 2004. He came on way back in the band's heyday when, we were still signed to Earache Records and we're still touring the world and doing the festivals and stuff. So he's been here quite some time. And Jordan's been in the band for about 4 years now. He came back in when the band relaunched in 2000 and when the band relaunched? What
11?
11, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I'm the lead singer for those.
Why do I know that?
I don't know. I've been in the band
Matt
since
Zane, I saw on Facebook, which was awesome. It said Lord Zane.
Yeah, I've been in the band since 1996. I've been actually
nice.
Yeah, that's when the band broke out on the local scene in Hollywood in 1996.
So
believe it or not,
you were the founder. And,
I was the founder. Yeah, and we've gone through like 20 or 30 members, since then. But yeah, I'm the one that has experienced the most history throughout the life of this band, and I got like amazing stories about the old days. And a lot of the times when I go to the clubs and play, a lot of the younger kids will come up to me, "Oh, tell me what it was like when back in LA when you used to be doing the same clubs as Incubus or Korn or Deftones." And I was there during that whole time. So
we are going to replace them at some point, though.
Yeah, they were talking about it the other day at rehearsal. They were like. They're like, yeah, let's just get a lead singer in there.
Get some new blood.
Because I am getting old. I just had my 43rd birthday, so we just did San Diego.
Yeah,
it was my birthday show.
On his birthday.
Yeah, so I was 43.
That doesn't mean that you need to be replaced.
Well, then talk to these guys, because they're the ones trying to push me out. It's like it's bastards.
I don't think of it as pushing you out. I think of it as giving you an opportunity to do new things with your life.
I'm doing enough new things. Thank you very much. We're kidding. They're not going to really kick me out.
I would hope so, considering you're the one that found the damn thing.
Yeah, we're definitely not being serious.
That'd be like kicking Jay Gordon out of Orgy.
Yeah, well,
and he's the founder.
Yeah. Yeah, Jay Gordon, and another.
I love Jay.
Another example. We did a show. We toured with Orgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2004 we toured with Orgy twice.
Nice.
And 2005 we toured with Orgy, and in 2004. At the Key Club, Jay and I actually performed together when I did the first ever suspension performance while singing at the Key Club when it was still open.
Wow!
So Jay and I actually go way back, and then we did a Japanese record together once where he produced it and I sang on it, and I actually directed their comeback video, Grime of the Century. So I was the director and the editor on that video. So Jay and I actually go way back. Actually, Lou and I talk quite often. Lou just texted me on Saturday for my birthday. He just hit me up.
Lou does a lot for us. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I love Lou. Lou and I get along great.
Lou hooks us up with a lot of stuff, and when we go to the shows, he takes us around and introduces us to everybody.
No, he's awesome. When they did the whiskey, not this last time, but the time before, I was actually there. I had to shoot somebody or something, and I ran into Lou outside, and immediately just hooks up. And for those of you people that don't know who Lou is, Lou's the manager of Orgy, but he's also Jay Gordon's father.
Lou Gordon, we love him.
He's got a lot of energy for being how old he is. So I really commend that guy. But anyways, the point being is that we go way back with that camp, and it's been
that's cool.
Yeah, it's we've done a lot of shows, a lot of touring. I've directed music videos, the whole bit for that thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, actually, their live video, I edited their last live video that came out as well. So we're definitely been in and around and about each other for many years. But when you're in this town for so long, you could almost mention anybody's name, and I could probably tell you stories about them, because you just can't be in LA for 25 years like I have.
It's a pretty small world.
Yeah, and not have worked with like earlier when I came in and I mentioned Dave Navarro, you had no idea that I had any connection with him whatsoever. And that's a whole nother. Oh, look at me.
Well, see we have a Dave Navarro also.
Yeah,
you have a Dave Navarro.
We have a Dave Navarro. My
original co-host.
My original co-host for this show.
Oh. Shout out to Dave.
His name, shout out to Dave Navarro.
Oh, okay.
His name we had to go hashtag the other Dave Navarro.
That's awesome.
Because so we were like, so we were playing on that for the longest time. We're like, it's the other Dave Navarro. And he had to go make money and stuff.
Yeah, don't we all?
He needed to go do his thing, and so he went took his hiatus and whatever, and so our kind of replaced.
We love you, Dave.
Yeah,
replaced him for a short time.
Oh, but I kind of got off the plane. You were trying to introduce the listeners that don't know. So yeah, the band that's in the band now, Dirt and I, DV and I have been in the band for now 10 years.
Okay,
and maybe more, maybe 11 or 12. Max just got in this 1 year ago almost, and Jordan's been in for 4. So it's cool. Like half of the original, and then two of the new guys, the younger guys, these guys that are in their 30s, something like that.
Bands go through transitions.
Yeah, well, you have to when you've been around for. We've been around for 20 years now.
Yeah,
so 21
years.
21 years. Yeah, so it's of course.
I'm surprised I didn't know about you sooner. Well, considering we travel in the same type of circuits.
Yeah,
and
it is kind of odd because we had our moment. We had our moment when we were on MTV. We had our moment when we've had a lot of famous people come through the band. Believe it or not, like I could tell you, like we had the original drummer from Rob Zombie was a guy named Ivan DePrume.
Yeah, I know
he was in our band for a while.
Oh wow.
Paul Raven, who was in Ministry as well as Killing Joke as well as Prong, he was in this band for a record. Sin Karen, who was our guitar player for 7 years, who now has been in Ministry for 10 years, was in our band for 7 years. So yeah, the list goes on and on. We had the drummer from Power Man 5000 in the band for a while.
Wow. So
we've had a real like all-star like cast of rotating members that have come in and
awesome,
gone through the years. So it's people that haven't heard
that you can say that soon.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when people say, "Oh, like I haven't heard of you guys," but at the same time, the band's biggest success came right before the advent of Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
One of the largest tours and shows that we did a world tour in 2005, and then we ended that over at the Download Festival where we played in front of 70,000 people. You can go online and see it. I actually suspended during that show, and that was with Slayer and Sabbath and System, and they were all on the side of the stage and the whole bit. But the problem was that was literally 3 months after YouTube was launched, the advent of YouTube. So not a lot of people had the opportunity to really get the social media of the band going around at that time. It was still very reliant upon things like MTV, and we were on MTV too, and we were on terrestrial radio, but a lot of the success happened over in Europe and stuff. So unfortunately, because social media really wasn't what it was today, a lot of the stuff wasn't chronicled like the stuff is now. Like people didn't have cell phones back then with videos on them. So we unfortunately missed out on really being able to ride that wave. If we were like maybe 5 years later, things would have been completely different. So when people tell me that now, I don't really get offended by it because it's a different thing. But the greatest part about it is when I date younger girls and they come over and they see my walls just pit, like everything's like framed, like all these festivals.
All these things you've done.
And they're like looking at me like, oh, I thought you were a music video director. Like you're in a band. Like I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like my life. I still do it now, but they can't even fathom it. Like they're like, oh, I just thought you were cool because you've directed music videos for like Zakk Wylde and John 5 and Wednesday 13 and blah 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 blah. They didn't realize that was in this band for forever. That's the only reason why Max got in the band, because he's like, I thought you were a music video director. I didn't know you were.
That's funny as hell.
Are you saying you can actually do more than one thing with your life? Is that what you're suggesting here?
He's multifaceted.
I'm saying I have to do more than one thing. We
all
with my
do.
Life. I mean, Max, you play guitar and you lift weights, so you do two things.
Sometimes at the same time.
At the same time, he's playing the guitar and
we had
when
I first met Max years ago, I had a phenomenal idea for a stunt for him. Can I talk about this?
Sure, yeah, I remember
because I met him and I was so.
We haven't talked about this.
Yeah, I know it's so funny. Because I met him and he's like, people can't see Max. You got to go Google him. He's like this big dude, and you're a pro fitness model for a bit, not anymore, but right for like in your 20s.
Terminology is confusing, but anyway.
But whatever. He was like in the magazines and the whole bit, and so when I met him, I didn't expect him to really be able to play or anything, and then I heard him playing. I was like, damn, like, dude, I can't believe you can even move your fingers with all those muscles on your arms. And I go, you need to get out there and really, people need to know about you. You're a very accomplished player. I'm really impressed. And I go, well, how are we going to do this? I go, I've got the greatest idea. Yeah. You need some PR. I've got the greatest idea for you. And he's like, okay, what's this? And he just met me. He didn't know I was out of my mind yet. And I go, dude, this is what we need to do. We need to build a guitar that weighs like 300 pounds or something like that. Okay? And we need to invite all the press down, and basically you need to deadlift this guitar off the ground and play it, and then you could say you are the guy that played the heaviest guitar in the world.
That'd be fun.
And then we'd keep it, and we'd have other people try to pick it up and play it, and obviously they wouldn't be able to pick up like a 300-400 pound guitar. And that was the whole gimmick. I was like, you'd be the guy. You'd be the guy that played the heaviest guitar in the world and play it well.
Quite a bit of work actually went into that idea. Yeah. I went and I talked to a machinist who was going to design a guitar made out of lead, and stuff where you could add weight to it and all this stuff, and like a special kind of strap, that could hold all the weight and everything. We were really getting into the details.
I have a good idea. I have a good idea for that. I don't know if you thought about this angle, but make a guitar shaped like a barbell. Like a dumbbell, but like the big one, with the long, with like the bigger one,
Right.
The press, when
Yeah.
you do the press. Like that.
Yeah, but the problem is that it needed to be that he could actually play it. If it was shaped like a barbell, you know what I mean? Just like lifting it up, he wouldn't be actually playing it.
No, I just mean like shaped like it, not like literally. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, maybe we can.
But make it like a guitar.
We can go even bigger on this.
I'm
I mean,
just
we
saying,
can
you know.
invent a whole new instrument here.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
You guys are just getting away from my
Put
original
strings.
idea.
Anyway, I like your idea
put
though.
strings on a
I like
barbell.
your idea though, man.
It didn't fly, but whatever. Max is doing all right. He's having a career, and then he ended up being in the band like all these years
It
later.
would be a very
Yeah.
heavy sounding instrument.
Yeah, talk about heavy metal.
I like guitar.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna take a break for a second and let the husband do the news.
Oh, I forgot. Here we go. Just real quick. All right. From TMZ.com, Harvey Weinstein has been fired from the company he founded amid allegations of sexual misconduct. The producer of such movies as Gangs of New York, Pulp Fiction, and Shakespeare in Love was let go at the Weinstein Company by the board of directors on Sunday because of increased allegations of sexual harassment by actresses over a 30-year period. A New York Times investigation uncovered the allegations that he had engaged in rampant sexual harassment, dealing a stunning blow to a producer known for shaping American film and championing liberal causes. Actresses just as Rose McGowan and Ashley Judd were named in the article of Weinstein's alleged victims, and actress Gwyneth Paltrow says Weinstein got sexually aggressive with her in the mid-'90s. ESPN has suspended Sports Center anchor Jemele Hill for 2 weeks after she, in quote, violated social media guidelines, unquote, by encouraging people upset with Jerry Jones to boycott his sponsors. Hill was reading to the Dallas Cowboys owner's statement that any player who was disrespectful of the flag will not play for his team. If you strongly reject what Jerry Jones said, the key is his sponsors. Don't place the burden squarely on the players, Hill tweeted. There were more tweets, each with the same sentiment. In a statement, ESPN says that Jemele Hill has been suspended for 2 weeks for a second violation of our social media guidelines. Hill has been in hot water before after calling Donald Trump a white supremacist. Celebrity birthdays: Aerosmith guitarist Joe Perry is 67. Actress Amy Irving is 64. Comedian Louis C.K. is 50. Rapper Nas is 44, and actor Tommy Lee Jones is 73. All right, that's the news.
Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, I thought the dudes from the was it, who'd you say?
Who? Oh, Weinstein?
Perry? No, Perry.
Oh, guitarist.
I thought they were all older, but maybe I'm thinking of Keith Richards. He's been like mummified.
Yeah, he's still going. It's amazing.
I'm like, holy.
They still play?
shit.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, kids or somebody. Hey, I can't get up.
Help! I can't get up. I broke my hip. Anyway.
I think the drummer, Charlie Watts, he's got to be almost 80, I think.
I guess if
Oh
you can
my
still go.
God.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I was, if I can still get out there, then sure,
Well, you take such good care of yourself, with the whole working out and stuff. You might, live to your
this guy, yeah.
80.
I might make it to 55.
Yeah. That's good, right? Okay, so what do you got for projects coming up? What's going on?
So we got like every other band out there, out in the wide world of music, we got a bunch of stuff happening. But I got a very friendly email from our record label this morning, letting me know what I should be talking about. So here I go. So I'm sure that they're listening, or a couple of them are listening right now in their offices in Arizona. So first and foremost, our latest record is called Rise from the Dead. Of course, the band is Society1. You can check the record out on what's that one with the free one that we're doing really well on?
Spotify.
But the label would prefer that you go and actually buy it off of iTunes. They
iTunes rocks. We're on iTunes.
They've let us know that we're doing really well on Spotify, obviously, because nobody has to buy it. But so please, if you listen to it on Spotify, you like it, please go to iTunes and get the new Society1 record, Rise from the Dead. So that's the new record, and that's out. On that record, the next music video that comes out is in December. It's a music video called Souls on Fire. It's an abbreviated version of the original track on the record, but it's a very interesting music video we shot. It was all done on green screen. It features the band enveloped in a plethora of fire that somehow does not burn us.
I like it.
And it was a fun video to shoot because it was basically just a green screen, and then we just rocked out, and now it's finally coming together, and it's cool to see all the fire like surrounding us without our like skin melting off like we're like fire gods or Khaleesi from Game of Thrones.
That sounds
I mean? Yeah, it's really exciting, and that was a really interesting video to shoot also because it's it really manipulates time a lot in the music in the video, so it kind of looks like we're morphing in and out of time. And I know that's difficult to explain,
awesome.
But yeah, it's...
Well, everybody knows what that looks like.
Yeah. So it's going to be kind of an interesting thing, and I'm real excited about that. We're going to be doing a release party for that video, most likely. We're trying to put that together right now. And in addition to that, we have a couple of shows coming up. Our next big show is going to be in Las Vegas on November 4th, correct, Max? Is that?
Yes.
That's what I said online.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
November 4th, Las Vegas, the Beauty Bar. That's a Saturday night. We're playing with some great bands.
Looks like a bitchin' place.
Yeah, you can go and see the event page up on Facebook, obviously, or you can go to our website, society1band.com, and find out all the information there. You can get pre-sale tickets, whatever. So yeah, we're really looking forward to that. We love going to Vegas. Vegas is definitely one of our favorite places to go. The last time we were there, our bass player and our drummer, Devi and Jordan, they drank, I think, for 48 hours straight.
Holy crap!
And ate burritos and gambled their lives away. It was I had to get them out of there before they died.
They'd make my boss happy.
Yeah, they were. they went for it.
New marketing for casinos.
So yeah, it was ridiculous. And then we're the last show of the year. We're coming obviously back to our hometown. Is going to be at the Viper Room. We're doing a headlining set at the Viper. Do you know what the date is on that by any chance?
23rd.
The 23rd at the Viper Room.
December.
That's the last Society1 show of the year. It's a headlining show at the Viper Room.
When's that again?
December 23rd.
Yeah, so that's going to be it. That's going to close out our year for us. So basically, we've got a couple more shows. We've got a music video.
Society1, go see your family.
We'll come cover the show if you want us to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's throw us on the list like last time.
Sure, that'd be great.
Let us know.
We'll do full footage and pictures.
Oh, good luck on that. It's a Viper Room now.
It's a pain, but with the camera, with the equipment we have now.
Oh, they let you do it?
We can do stills.
No, they don't let you do that anymore either. Unless
really?
Yeah, they charge $100 unless it's a phone.
Well, I'm sure we can figure out the details.
We'll figure it out.
Well, you can figure it. I'm not paying that.
Don't worry about that. I got.
Come on, Max. It's not like the old days here. We got to get every penny counts. Right?
Hey, I got this.
Okay, you take care of it, then you're welcome to come.
Yeah. That expense is on us. Don't worry about that part.
Yeah, so that's it. That's basically the rundown. And once again, in case everybody from the DSN Music is listening, buy the new record "Rise from the Dead" off of iTunes, Society1. I hope I plugged that enough.
iTunes.
Yeah, and that's that's basically it. I mean, we're fighting and grinding and just really pushing it through like every other working band out there that there is now. It is we were talking a little bit about it before we got in here. It is an absolute war out there in terms of the music industry now. It is very, very, it's very, very different than when I originally got into it, and it's a very interesting experiencing it all over again with the rebirth of the band and the new record and so on and so forth versus what it was back in the late 90s and the early 2000s. But we're here still. And still going, and that's pretty much it, really. Oh, and if I may, not that this is anything related whatsoever, I have a friend of mine has a movie coming out Friday called American Satan with Andy from Black Veil Brides.
I love Black Veil Brides.
You're gonna go see? The lead Andy is gonna be in the So the premiere is tomorrow night. I will be attending that, and I just wanted to give it a quick shout out because the executive producer. invited me to the show, and I'm going to the red carpet event and going to the after party. So I want to definitely give American Saint, and if there's a theater near you on Friday the 13th, to check it out.
What's it called again?
American Saint, and it's got Denise Richards in it. Andy from
Denise Richards, yeah.
Andy from Black Veil Brides is in it.
Nice.
Malcolm McDowell's in it. The guy that was one of the guys from Game of Thrones is in it. I can't remember his name right now. Yeah, so it's a pretty sizable movie, and I just definitely want to give them a shout out because it was nice enough to invite me and have me.
He always gets invited to these things.
No, so I always try to.
I'm trying to get on that list now.
Whenever I get invited, I like to these things. I like to go out and say thank you, and then give the movie a plug, and so on and so forth.
We cover red carpet events, but we're still trying to get into more stuff.
Yeah, well, this is definitely be one because this is a rock and roll movie through and through. So there's going to be a lot of people there. Who do I
gotta write to?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm a writer.
Yeah, I
write to people.
Yeah, I have no idea on that one because, like I said, it just so happened that the executive producer, John Finberg, on this movie owns our agency, which our booking agent is part of. So as you can see, it trickled down.
It's all yeah.
It's that's how it ultimately happened.
Down,
yeah,
right.
But anyway, so there you go. So that's another thing that's going on, and that's tomorrow night. What are you doing tomorrow night, Max? Lifting some weights, or?
Yeah, I'm going to be at the gym.
He's lifting weights.
And he's probably. I'm not trying to be funny. Every time I look at my thing, I see Max. It's like Max is at Gold's Gym, and he's lifting. I'm like, there he goes again.
Max is at Gold's Gym. You're listening to Jenny's Real Talk of the Block, LA Talk Radio, Channel 1, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker, and a bunch of other stuff. We want to play one of your songs.
Great.
Yeah.
What do you want to play first? What do you dealer's choice?
Let's do It's Yours Now. This was the first single and the first video that came out for this record. And it did pretty well on radio. And so definitely let's listen to that one first.
Okay. And then you can tell us a little bit about it when we come back.
Sure.
Okay, It's Yours Now by Society1. Jenny's Real Talk on the Block.
When you die
That was fucking awesome. That was so awesome.
Thank you.
That was It's Yours Now by Society1.
Very good.
We're having a
The
blast.
new record, Rise from the Dead, available on iTunes.
Yes.
From DSN Music.
Yes, exactly. And anything else you can say that they're allowing you to?
Well, yeah, that was the first
What
single.
can
that
you
came
talk
out, right?
about? You know.
Oh, you get talk about anything forever. But yeah, anyways, yeah, that was the first video. You can check that out on YouTube if you'd like. Just type in Society1 It's Yours Now. The video's out. It was the first one that came out. It was a really interesting video because we shot it on a spinning platform.
Oh, wow.
So as we were playing, it spun in a circle. So
That's freaking awesome.
it got very dizzy towards the end of the day of having to do multiple
almost passed
takes,
out.
like spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and
shit.
spinning. So yeah, and the other interesting thing about that song is that we actually had Sin Karen guest star in the video. He's the guitar player currently for Ministry. He was in this band for 7 years. So he had him guest in that video, and it was a really interesting video because he just decided to show up, and I said, "Oh, I got an idea for you," and he's like, "Oh, what's that?" And he showed up, and we put literally, I think, 13 models around him, clawing at him in the video. And
that
he-
sounds bitchin'.
Yeah, he thought it was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it was kind of an inside joke, which I won't really necessarily get into. But he just like, this is just ridiculous, Matt. He goes, "Yeah, I can't even believe that you did this." So
awesome.
it's a fun video to check out, and it's an interesting video to look at. So
It makes me want to definitely go check the damn thing out.
I think if I wore shades, you could pass me off as him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, if you say so.
Well, he's got the long black hair and
Yeah.
Similar clothing style and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think we could do it.
Why not?
Body double?
Yeah. I'll have it like a middle name that'll just be his name or something.
Diversionary tactic. Yeah.
Before we started talking, we were talking about something kind of interesting, talking about the level of competition. There's so many bands.
Oh, yes.
But I imagine the same thing happens with radio shows, right?
It is.
There's got to be so much.
There's a lot of
so
a lot of
difficult to
people.
cut through the noise. These
Everybody's everybody wants to be on the radio, but the whole point is not everybody can afford it.
days. Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with being in a band
Yeah,
now.
same thing with being
So
in a band.
you so basically like there's all these newbies that are on like some damn podcast thing and they think that they're like something because they do something from home that they talk into their computer. It's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
We they don't go out and get guests. They don't have things. They just talk about some shit at their house.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. That's wonderful because everybody deserves to be heard. Everybody deserves their opinion. But those of us that are in the actual radio game, like that
We do
actually are
actual
doing
work.
this, we bust our asses. I go out and I get content. I'm constantly building the website, the social media. I'm like constantly
We gotta go
reaching
check
out
out
to
shows,
bands,
yeah.
authors, artists, going to seminars. I'm constantly doing stuff.
Yeah, people don't
I go to
appreciate
so many shows.
all that work behind the scenes. People don't appreciate how hard
I go
that
to
is.
so many
Yeah.
freaking concerts. And I love what I do. Trust and believe.
Yes.
So to me, it's not really work.
Right.
It's not even work because
It is fun.
I really love it. I mean, and
Yeah.
you guys, I'm sure, love what you do, or else you wouldn't be
Some days.
doing what you do.
Yeah, but no, being in the band, it's the same thing. Like people see you playing on stage and they assume you just roll up 10 minutes before you get on and everything's taken care of for you and this kind of thing. But obviously all the rehearsals and the
Yeah.
work that goes into producing
It
and
goes into
writing
a
the
lot.
albums. There's 90% of the work is out of the public eye. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it is what it is. But people they just don't care anymore like they used to because there is so many people out there, and now that because of the social media, the advent of social media, like it leveled the playing field in a way that's not good because now it makes it very, very difficult to rise above a lot of the things that probably shouldn't be being heard that should still be in the garage.
Yes,
Right.
I
You know?
agree.
And so, I mean, it's the same thing what you're telling
Same
me with
thing.
radio.
Yeah,
It's
same
so, like,
thing.
before, let's just think about it. Like, in terms of radio shows, before somebody had to think you were good, like an established radio station like this, and this may be considered small, but obviously they make enough money that they have a building, we're in a place.
I was,
so
I
they,
was out on FM channel.
Yeah, so-
for like 5 years before I came
So
here.
somebody had to think that you were worth something in order to be able to give you that. Now it's like you decide if you're good enough, and you all of a sudden just make your podcast. I'm a radio DJ. It's the same thing with bands now.
Yeah.
Bands can just be like, oh, I'm deciding that I'm a band and I'm good enough to be heard, and they don't have to wait for labels or radio or TV TV or anything or magazines anymore, because now they have the exact same avenues that everybody else has. They don't have the same. They have the same potential to reach the same amount of people. They perhaps don't have the same reach, but they can be in the same exact medium now that Korn or Metallica can.
Yeah.
Korn and Metallica all
they
have.
can be on Spotify also.
Anybody can be on Spotify. Anybody can be on Instagram. Anybody can be on Facebook. Anybody can be on Twitter. Anybody can be on YouTube. And now with the recording, anybody can record albums that sound great. Anybody can make music videos now.
You know what the great thing is? I have an actual United States press pass. Press Association. I'm legitimate. Not just some jackass who sits at their house and goes on some thing on their fucking computer.
But people don't know. But
I actually have an actual press pass. I can go behind police lines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can actually cover real news stories, not just music events I just choose to do that.
And it's cool, but the problem is with that is that even if you have that, you're still competing with literally thousands of other people.
Look at all the people that are out there, Ryan Seacrest and I mean, these are huge people.
No, I'm just talking people in general. How is anybody going to know really the difference? Yeah. You know, they can package their product in the same way the bands can now to look as good as bands that sell millions of records. I could decide tomorrow I'm a radio guy and I could take some pictures and Photoshop them and make a music video and I could look bigger than you guys. Now I would have one listener, maybe max, if I was lucky. It doesn't mean that the perception of what I'm doing though wouldn't be perceived beyond what you guys are, and I haven't put in any of the work, and that's part of the problem. It's the same thing with music, and it's the same thing with bands now, and that's a real issue, and that's a real problem. I mean, part of me really yearns for the old days, but we're never going to go back there, so it really doesn't matter.
I think a part of it is it just has to do with that culture these days, where people just want to be famous for the sake of being famous. You know, you
15 minutes
you just
of
want.
fame,
Well, yeah,
it's more than 15 minutes.
Status. You don't actually want to be skilled at in a particular field. You know, you're not. People aren't passionate about learning a particular craft. You know, like in music or something like that. They're just like, I just want the status of.
People got fucking
like
lazy.
Well,
I want to have it all, but I don't want to put in any fucking work for it.
Yeah,
it's the new fucking. No offense, what do they call them? Millennials.
I mean, that's part of it. I mean, it is that generation. It is part of it.
I'm just tired of it all.
But
too much avocado toast.
You're not that great. Fuck off. No, I'm just kidding.
But it is what it is. So I mean, look, we're still trying to survive in this day and age, and it's very bizarre for somebody like me that came to Hollywood and literally caught the end of the hair metal wave on the Strip,
right?
And then went into the '90s where it was still very legitimate and people still had to really learn how to play their instruments, and then to where it is now. It's a very, very different way to kind of have to navigate through and still have a career.
Well, I'll just let you know this. We only have the best on Jenny's Real Talk on the Block.
Hey,
we don't let everybody
So
come on the
for
show.
me to go trolling, as I like to call it, through all the fucking bars and the bands, because a lot of times I'm there to see somebody else. Let's say I went to see Orgy on September 8th, their last show there at the Whiskey. I went to see them, and then through that I discovered other bands. So every show I go to, I like to show up early because a lot of the bands I'm there to see are more headliners. So they're already they're on later. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to see somebody else. I want to see what else is out there, what's going on. So I like to go to the different venues and just check it out and see what's up. And sometimes I find some really good stuff. And then other times I'm like, a couple of these really suck, or they're not that great.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's kind of the worst
or I don't
part
really like
in a
their
way.
style
There still
as
is good
much,
stuff out there.
No, that's what I'm saying. I look for the good stuff.
Yeah, but it's so hard to sort that out from just because there's just so
but
much.
that's why I go. That's why I go to the bars, because just because you sound great on an album that you fucking you doctored and made it sound great and all the editing. I mean, come on, you can do anything and make it sound however you want with fucking machines and stuff now. So it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna make it sound however I want to sound, and then but that doesn't mean it's gonna translate well to being on stage. You could sound great on album and suck dick on stage and not be able to play at all. You don't have it together. You don't sound professional. You don't look professional.
That would be a memorable show, though.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? There's not every band. I hate to use this as reference, but I saw Typo Negative back in 1995 open for Queensryche. Okay, and Typo Negative, they sounded great on their little their album, their studio, whatever, But then when I saw them on stage, they were fucking horrible.
Oh, you're lucky DV's in here. We'd have a fight in the room right now.
And I like Typo Negative, and it really pissed me off because that one show, maybe they were just off that day.
Yeah,
Right.
They were off. Their game was off.
How was Queensryche?
Queensryche fucking incredible,
Yeah, there
as
we go.
always.
There we go.
I interviewed The Hard Way. Eric Jeffries from The Hard Way was on the show, and he got me. They were opening for it's Operation Mindcrime.
Oh, so
But
the Jeff Tate Queensryche.
Yeah.
I saw the real Queensryche
complicated.
open for Metallica during the Injustice for All tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you even born yet?
I've seen them twice. They're really
Maybe.
good. Queensryche's incredible. I've seen
Yeah.
them twice now.
I've seen Queensryche like before all the crazy stuff happened,
Yeah,
and then I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
both versions.
I haven't
the
seen
band
the other
Queensryche,
version.
and I've seen the Jeff Tate.
Well, I
I've
saw the
only seen
real
Jeff
version
Tate.
during the Operation Mindcrime tour, so I got you all beat.
You
it.
do have that beat because
Yeah.
I didn't get to see that particular
Yeah.
tour.
I saw that one. They were opening up for Metallica for Injustice for All.
Because that would be incredible. I would love to have seen that show.
Yep. Yes, I did. I'm cool.
You are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very cool,
We're
man.
all
yeah.
we're all jealous.
Lord Zane.
That's right.
All hail Lord Zane.
Yeah, it's finally
we're
somebody
gonna-
gets it. Wow.
We're gonna play one more song. Do you want to know? You want to know Salvation?
Yeah, let's do a slow one. No Salvation was our slow song on the album, and we also have a music video for it, so you can go on YouTube and check that out.
Okay.
And it's this song actually, speaking about bands and so on and so forth, is actually written about Hollywood, and so the
okay.
song is called No Salvation.
We like this. We like it a lot. Jenny's Real Talk on the Block. LA Talk Radio, Channel 1, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and YouTube.
Where death survives the creeping of their breath will hold you down inside. I bleed your faith to feel the truth outside. There's no escape from that place until you release what you've denied. Now we feel no pain, torture with no blame, endless worlds remain. I rise from the dead again. Your soul has been found. Your soul has been found. Your soul has been found. Your soul has been found.
we were just at a release party. Speaking of that, we were just at a EP release party for $11 bills this last Friday night. Really great, good kids, good band. So we're it's nice to see people start to make it. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
Like they're getting some recognition and.
Well, I think for me, I like to see people make it that actually are good. That's what I like to see.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If you're not good, I don't like to see you make it because then that doesn't engender more people that are.
No,
good
but that's
to make
why I
it.
say $11 bills is incredible.
I haven't heard them, so I can't agree or disagree yet. But I will tell you a band that you should check out is Greta Van Fleet.
Greta
Van Fleet. If you haven't, these kids are like around 19, 20 years old, and I swear it is like mind blowing how amazing they are.
Well, I'm gonna have to check them out now.
Yeah, Greta Van Fleet.
Is that Swedish or something?
No, they're from I don't know where they're from.
Greta.
Yeah, Greta Van Fleet.
I swear to God, I just saw them on Facebook.
You have to check this band out.
I was going through some stuff, and I think I saw them pop up.
If anybody
I thought it was
that's
a person,
listening,
though. I didn't know it was a band.
It is an amazing. They are.
I'm gonna check them out now.
They're like the second coming of Led Zeppelin.
Really? Are you shitting me?
They are
That's
unreal.
my favorite band in the entire fucking universe.
I
fucking Led Zeppelin.
I told my bass player
I love
DV about this band. He has not stopped listening from the EP since.
Okay, I'm going to be listening to these guys.
Go
now.
to Spotify immediately
I'm checking these guys
and put it on, and you're going to lose your mind. You're going to be like, how did this even get by me?
iTunes.
And you heard it here from Lord Zane.
Greta Van Fleet, definitely a band worth checking
check
out.
them out.
Check out our album.
what is
too.
what is all your social media?
Oh, here we go. Do you want to do it, Max? Or
No, you go ahead.
Okay, we've got
Fantastic.
Society1band.com as our main website. You can get to all our social media and dates and stuff from there. But for most of you out there that know, our Facebook is facebook.com/Society1. And Twitter is at Society1 Music, Instagram at Society1 Music.
Yeah, I saw you. I tagged you on Instagram, and because I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's them, Society1 Music. That's
YouTube, just Google Society1. 1 billion videos will come up. We have like literally 8 videos off of this album. We've got 2 more coming out. And,
do you have stuff like from your the old days? I mean, say if I ever wanted to like see stuff that you guys did back in the day.
We technically don't own most of it, so you can find it on various labels.
Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
And they don't pay us anything, so I don't really promote it, quite honestly.
Did you guys have videos? No, but I'm just saying, like, if I want to like see some of your guys' older stuff.
Eric Records is still putting stuff out, putting live records from us out back from like 2000s and stuff. Yeah,
really?
we don't get, they don't pay us anything, so
that's
I don't
not right.
it.
You should get royalties.
Oh yeah, I know I should, but that's the music business. That's a whole other story I could tell you about.
That's not right. I don't like that.
Well, if you have $30,000 for my for a auditor to go over to the UK, we'll get on it.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to hire them an auditor.
Thanks.
Someday when I'm a millionaire.
Yeah, you and everybody else.
We'll crowdfund that. All right. Yeah.
Hey, let's crowdfund that bitch. We're going over to the UK and we're gonna audit some motherfuckers because they're stealing money from Society1. We don't like that.
Yeah.
So
that's it. And just so you know, Rise from the Dead, new record from Society1. Please get it on iTunes, and if you don't want to buy it, check it out on Spotify and then buy it. We got next show is November 4th in Las Vegas at the Beauty Bar, and then our last show of the year is in Viper Room. What is it, Max?
December 23rd.
December 23rd, and be on the lookout for the new music video coming out in December. Souls on Fire.
Down for your Viper Room show if you want.
Yeah, just hit us up.
If you want to cover us to cover your thing, your release party.
Hit us up.
Yeah, we're down for that.
That'd be awesome.
So.
Well, that's going to be very interesting. I know we only have a minute, but that's going to be tough to get people into. I think the label's throwing that, and so, but we will. No, it's not about paying.
Okay.
They're going to let people in.
Oh, damn it!
But I am going to ask though. I am going to ask.
I'm willing to put praying.
Yeah. No, it's not. You can't even buy your way into that one.
Damn it!
Some bitch.
But
we'll try. We will try.
Whatever you can.
And enjoy your free album and poster.
Oh, I will.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Just put it right there and don't ever take it down.
Well, no, I'm going to be framing it and putting it in my own stuff.
Okay.
At my own house with my own things.
Your private collection.
Yes. Well, for Garo Global Entertainment, which is who this is produced by.
Awesome.
You've been listening to Janesville Talk of the Block, LA Talk Radio Channel 1, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker, SoundCloud, Sonos, and a bunch of other stuff. Like I think I'm on TuneIn. I don't know, a bunch of things. I think might even be on fucking Spotify. I can't remember if I added us there yet or not.
Maybe we need to find out.
Anyway, I will find that out. Don't you worry about that.
All right.
Next week we have J Gold. He's a informational and motivational speaker.
Right.
He will be on the show next week talking about his new projects and book and a lot of great things. So be on the lookout for that. We have all kinds of great stuff. We have on October 25th, we will have Slant, the awesome rock band Slant.
All right.
We love them. November 1st.
What, they're from Sweden or something?
No. It's Slant.
got a
They're really
accent.
cool dudes. You'll love these guys. They're
Okay.
rocking music. On November 1st, we'll have Hurt in the Heartbeat. We have a bunch of shows. We have Maya J. Gold. She's like a pop singer.
Okay.
She's on November 8th. And we got a lot of great shows coming up. Oh, for we got Kill Set will be our Thanksgiving show.
Ooh.
The heavy metal band Kill Set
Yeah.
be on for Thanksgiving. We're actually gonna, if you guys want to join us, we're gonna have a Thanksgiving dinner in the studio.
Oh, nice. Sounds
We're
like
doing
fun.
it's on a Wednesday, so it's the day before. So be checking that out. Anyway, we're always goofy, crazy shit going on. You've been listening to James Real Talk of the Block. Have a great day. We're out of here. We'll
Gotta
be back
go.
next Wednesday,
All right.
like we
Thank
are
you,
every
Society1.
Wednesday.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Society1
us.
being on the
Thank you.
show.
Thank you.
We have loved having you guys in the house. Great music, great times. These guys are awesome. Check them out.
Always.
Society1. Go to Society1Band.com. Society1 on Facebook, Society1 Music on Twitter, and on Instagram. Go check them out. These guys fucking rock. Music's incredible. Check it out. Lots of great things to happen. See you next week.
Yeah.